Hi, this is Carol Prince with Abundant Life Faith Fellowship Church, coming today with a big question for you. Do you smell? Have you ever been walking or riding by a coffee shop or a bakery and you can smell the aroma of the coffee and the bread baking? Oh, it smells so good. It reminds me of cartoons from back in the day that would show someone being gently lifted up in the air by the aroma of something cooking and it caused them to float towards the smell. I love perfume and the smell of bouquet of flowers. It can smell so good. Have you ever had someone come up to you and say, "Can I smell your flowers?" Or ask, "What's that scent you're wearing?" The simple truth is, beautiful smells attract us. In 2 Corinthians 2, verses 14 through 16, it says, "But thanks be to God, who in Christ always leads us in triumphant procession, and through us spreads the fragrance of the knowledge of him everywhere. For we are the aroma of Christ to God among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. To one a fragrance from death, to the other a fragrance from life to life. Who is sufficient for these things?" Those of you who are sons and daughters of God, we're the fragrance of Christ. The Father loves to see and smell the life of his Son being expressed in and through us. Like a beautiful scent, by our lives and our words, we're to spread the knowledge and the evidence of the power of God for salvation to everyone we meet and everywhere we go. The scent of flowers and the scent of perfume or cologne is intended to be attractive and to draw us. For many people, that's exactly what it does. But there are some people who are allergic to these scents. It causes them to have allergic reactions like sneezing or a stuffy nose or headaches. To them, it's not the pleasant experience it was intended to be. Sometimes we go around in this world being the aroma of Christ, but it doesn't summon the same reaction in everyone. We consider the knowledge of the gospel to be life-giving and a word of hope, a word of peace. But for some people, it just doesn't do the same thing. It's quite the opposite. 2 Corinthians 2, verses 15 and 16 says, "For we are the aroma of Christ to God among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. To one a fragrance from death, to the other a fragrance from life to life." So to those who are perishing, we're the stench of death. To those who are being saved, we're the fragrance of life. There's no neutrality towards the gospel of Christ. Some of you might know people who are allergic to the scents in your perfume or your cologne, so you stop wearing it around them because you don't want to cause them any ill effects. But when it comes to the gospel, we can't do that. We can't back off from being the aroma of Christ just because people are offended by the gospel, just because, as Paul says, it's the aroma of death to death for them. Our task is to be faithful in proclaiming it. In every aspect of our lifestyle, our values, our deeds, our attitudes, people should be able to smell the aroma of Christ on us. Don't let the fragrance of Christ be dampened by living opposite the values and the characteristics we know represent Christ. If it's not clear which side we're on, whether on the Lord's side or the world side, we stink. If we're not persons of integrity, we stink. Instead, smell good. Demonstrate love and concern for others, not discriminating who they are. Live a life pleasing before God. So let me close with this. How many of us have tested our breath to make sure it smells good? If you were to do a self-check on your life as a Christian, what would it reveal? Does the aroma of Christ emanate from you, or do you stink? The bottom line, one way or the other, you smell. Choose to let people smell Jesus on you. As you go through this week, remember, smell good for Jesus. Don't forget to check out Abundant Life Faith Fellowship's website, alff.org, for the various services we have on Sunday and throughout the week. You'll be blessed. Be blessed this week and smell good.